welcome back, David Eon and the Miss Lady Pop Hunter. Lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter here. Just open discussion because there's a lot being thrown around about Batgirl getting 86th, deep sixth, that is sunk and destroyed.
Canceled, yeah. Cancel culture.
Cancel culture been canceled because, of course, there was race swapping, there was wokeness in this film anyways, and people were like, cringe because a lot of fans are getting real tired of that stuff. But this project has been panned. I'm going to explain what actually happened here in a minute. We're not just talking about that it got thrown out. I can give you some insight as to why. And it's not because it's woke, believe it or not. Not because the fans don't want to see that, but because of other legal reasons.
I think it's a combination of the two.
It might be, but you would have to imagine that DC's actually listening to its fans in order to imagine that. But essentially, it's become a write-off. Now, hold on to your seats. All right, these film companies produce bad films and bad shows on purpose. They know that these shows are not going to do well. And they know these films are not going to do well and that they're not going to be well received. And that's because they can write them off. Okay? So they make a film, it isn't good, and they can write off its unrealized gain. So they do their taxes every year. Okay, this was projected, it didn't happen, and they can write it off and still put their movie out. In this particular instance, because of the merger between, Discovery and Warner Brothers, they want to nip it in the bud. All right, so we know this film is not written well, that it's a dog, and that it's not going to be well received by fans. They knew this. They knew this when they looked at the script, that it was not going to be well received, and went ahead and produced it anyways to the tune of about $100 million. And that the 70 million number is the write-off number, if I understand this correctly. And this isn't the only one, because another Scoob is going to get burned, I think. And Scoob, of course, is like a 10-year-old Shaggy adventure garbage. And it may happen to The Flash. They're tabling the idea, but that's more so because of what happened with Ezra. And it's embarrassing right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the type of people they were bringing in to... because he lives that lifestyle anyways. He fits that. But his behavior was so out of control, it got him in trouble. And now they're like, ugh, and everybody's upset because, hey, Brendan Fraser was coming back. People like Brendan Fraser. They're wondering if we're ever going to see Michael Keaton. So they have this merger going, and they said rather than slowly writing it off over the next few years, because when you're writing off millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, it's going to be checked. And believe me, it's not as simple as checking a box. It's not like when we do our taxes. They go over this stuff with a fine-tooth comb looking for mistakes. Write the whole thing off right now. It's like if you had a piece of broken equipment in your factory, something isn't working, and you write that machine off. Now here's the clincher. Why isn't it going to Netflix? Why isn't it going direct to video then if you're not going to put it in theaters? Because if you write it off like this as a total loss, you cannot use it. If they use it, they're going to be in trouble with the IRS because it's a false claim. So it will never be seen. As a matter of fact, there's a possibility it could be destroyed so that it can't be seen. That's how serious that is when you do it that way. But they figured instead of slowly writing it off over a period of God knows how long, because we have this merger coming, we'll just burn it right now and get it over with. But they went into that project knowing it was no good because they can write it off. And that's unfortunate that this is how they view this. I mean, again, you wonder, as much money as they hemorrhage from producing these movies, when are they going to learn? Well, as long as they can keep doing that, they don't have to learn anything. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what happened with this Batgirl, and it's a shame. You'll probably never see any of it.
Is it really a shame?
Probably not. I mean, people really only wanted to see Michael Keaton and Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
And Rawling is in it too.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling
as Commissioner Gordon, which would be a good fit, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But they wrote it knowing it was trash, and they're just nipping it in the bud now because of the merger. We'll just get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And just kill the project completely. But I know that there's probably some people that are still curious, or at least want to see Michael Keaton.
Well, they're doing that to a lot of stuff, because I saw another video, and the guy, Tim Sheridan, he's the writer for the Teen Titans Academy, and he put in a lot of agenda wokeness stuff in there, and people are slamming it, and nobody wants to read it, nobody wants to see it, nobody wants to have anything to do with it, and they had to take it from him because it was so bad.
It was too much.
Yeah, it was badly written. And nobody liked the direction that it was going in. So, and of course he blamed the fans, and he put out a whole lot of Twitter rants about how fans aren't appreciative of new ideas and our creative license to just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And he made the comment that me and David have said for a long time, and I think we said it in a couple of videos. I know my thing is, if you want to have people like this, make a brand new character, and project all of your wants and desires in that new person. Don't use an existing character. And he said that, and then he did it like a conversation. The fan said what I just now said, and then he's like, I'll create a new character, and then the fans will say, well, I don't know that character, I don't want to read it, I don't want to be bothered with it. But then you can see from recent history that that's not true, because even The Walking Dead is new. Yeah, it's been out over 15 years. I'm talking about a new comic, not 80 years old.
Yeah.
So they're newer.
Not a character that was invented in the 40s.
Right. You have Walking Dead. They brought in some brand new, and it's popular. Invincible, the killing the children. Something's killing the children.
Yeah.
Other things that are brand new that are popular. You have to be a good writer.
Yeah.
If you're a mediocre writer and just happen to land into something great, your stuff is not going to be well received.
Or trying to force a personal viewpoint that maybe doesn't pertain to the story or character.
Yeah, if you have a personal viewpoint that you want to put out there, create a new character, a new world, a new planet, a new universe, and you put all of those agendas and politics and ideas and feelings and thought into that. Don't come to a established universe and push an agenda that was never there, and then try to say, well, nobody ever knew.
It's the fans' fault.
Yeah, nobody ever knew what Batman's feeling was, or Spider-Man, or Superman, or whatever. People knew.
Yeah. But and they've always had a love interest like Superman. They've been tying him into Lois Lane forever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, if they do that, it won't sell.
But that's what I'm saying. It will sell.
No, I mean, but it won't sell.
What are you saying?
If they make a purely agenda-driven new project, historically, it doesn't work. It does not work. It's a bomb. And they know this, so they got to force the concept into an existing character, because they figure your brand loyalty will make you buy it anyways.
But if and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna move on, because I don't want to talk politics on this channel.
I understand.
But if you have so many people with that thought and feeling today, your stuff should sell.
Yeah. Because
those people that you claim are now the majority would buy your stuff. So, you know, but I'm stopping right there, because I don't want it to go that way on this channel.
It's a logical conclusion, though.
Yeah.
And just on a side note, and not digging directly into this. We go to a lot of comic conventions, and I talk to a lot of these guys. Some of them are shop owners. They have brick and mortar locations, and I've talked to several of them that said that because of the bad writing and because of the changes and because of things like that, in the modern books, they do not sell. And to the point where they're thinking about just having back issues and not even bringing in new books into the store anymore, just saying, I'm not even going to carry new books. And I've been hearing a lot of vendors talking about that in the last couple of years.
Oh, you got to super screen the book because a new book is coming out. Young Ripper has a book. He's being slammed because there's no agenda in there at all. And he's getting a lot of...
he got a lot of heat for that.
Yeah, he got a lot of heat, but fans are starting to back him because they're curious. What is this about? Is no agenda? Oh, let me read it. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe it's good. Because I want to read some new comics.
He got a lot of support for that.
Yeah, he had a lot of support.
Because he took a stand.
But I want to read some new comics, but then I'm like, oh, let me slow down because I don't want to get something and then I have to hear about your thoughts and feelings on a particular topic. I don't even want to hear your thoughts on religion, because it might not line up. But whatever, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you're just butting heads then.
Yeah, because if you want to know something, see something, read something, you go to that. You
find it yourself.
You find it. I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to watch football this weekend. And then now you got to hear about politics. Yeah. I don't want to turn on a sports show, basketball, golf, or whatever, and hear anything about your political view. I don't want to hear it. That's not why I turned it on.
No, people get into that sort of thing to escape.
Yeah.
And a lot of these writers, these companies won't let them have that escape. And before somebody says it, they say that, oh, well, there's always been agenda in comics. I brought this up before.
Yeah, you have.
And that Captain America fought Nazis and that Superman fought the Klan and blah blah blah. That was not agenda setting. That was pandering, because when Captain America fought Nazis, majority of people in the United States didn't like him. All right, so he was saying, oh, well, most people don't like Nazis, so let's make Captain America and have him kick their ass. And even at the height of the power of the Klan, for example, the majority of people in the U.S. did not like them. Okay, they were never really that popular. Just to make the point. So to have Superman go up against them, most people would be like, yeah, screw them. Go ahead, kill him, Superman. You see what I'm saying? That was pandering to an audience, not trying to set a precedence.
Or trying to change people's thoughts and views on a particular topic.
Yeah, if Captain America was pro-Nazi, that would have been agenda setting. And then, of course, that book wouldn't have sold. People would have been like, the hell kind of crap is this? They would have been pissed off. But where we are with the modern propaganda, you're not allowed to sit there and say, you know what, I don't agree with this, because somebody's going to give you a hard time. But anyway, like I said, there was a lot of that in Batgirl, apparently. And who knows, because you're not going to find out for sure anyways, but for all intents and purposes, it was badly written, and no matter how they worked it, it wasn't going to work out, but they were still going to put it out there because they were going to slowly write it off. And unfortunately, this is something these film companies do.
But then you got to kind of wonder about the actors, because Michael Keaton is a good actor.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling is a good actor. I liked him. I mean, I used to like him even in Oz. Oh, he played that part in Oz.
You know what he was really good is J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man film. He was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, so he got a lot of room. He can fit anywhere. And now he's Omni-Man on Invincible.
That's right.
He's in Night Sky, which we're watching now on Amazon.
Which is actually pretty good.
Is a pretty good, and you can feel him. But when you see him, he's in different roles, and he fits it. But then you got to wonder, okay, you got a lot of good actors that's established, that's been around for a while. You've seen them in different things, so you know they can kind of fit wherever they need to fit. But they had to have read that script first. Because you can read a script and say, I don't know, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to wonder about them.
Yeah. Or if you got newer people, I don't know how experienced that Batgirl actress is, but you have newer people that this could be their break, and then they'll never get seen.
Yeah. And will they get picked up for something else? Because you know people are like, well, you know, you were in that Batgirl movie and that didn't do good, so I don't know, I'm going to take a chance on you.
Yeah. But again, if you were wondering why it is that you're not even going to find it on like HBO Max or whatever, it's just going to disappear. It's because they're writing it off early.
They're not going to even put it on free?
No, they're going to write it off early as a total loss so that they can do the full tax claim right now because of the merger.
They'll have a leak.
Possibly.
And
if anything
get on
leaks,
bootleg.
if anything leaks, it's going to be people wanting to see Keaton. Just to see what the hell he did. Yeah, that like 30 seconds of Keaton in that film that they used as a hook to get people to go and watch it in the first place.
That's what they did with the Flash. They put him in there who knows how long, maybe a minute, something.
We don't know. It's kind of like Smokey and the Bandit 3. Smokey and the Bandit, of course, with, oh God, what is that guy's name?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, yeah, thank you. Burt Reynolds, it was in the first two films. The first one is brilliant. The second one, not so much. When you got to the third film, Burt Reynolds wanted nothing to do with it, but they had some like deleted footage from the second film that they used in the advertising as a hook. So people thought Burt Reynolds was going to be in it. But then he's in a scene in the last like 60 seconds of the film where they inserted that deleted film and tried to make it fit with the movie. And so people thought they were going to see Burt Reynolds, and he wasn't there. They did the same thing with the Yellow Submarine, Beatles' Yellow Submarine, and they showed clips of the Beatles, but it was just some cameo footage that they play as like after credits at the end of the movie, and they didn't even do the voices of the characters. The Beatles' music was in it, but they weren't. But the advertising made you feel like they were going to be there. But that's I wonder if that's kind of what they're doing with Keaton. But regardless, Batgirl is done, and Flash.
Well, at least you know you won't get another Batgirl movie.
Yeah,
so
Flash,
I guess that could be a plus.
Flash is on the chopping block, so it may or may not happen. I don't know if it's good or not, but the controversy makes it makes for a lot of embarrassment for the company.
Well,
so
hopefully,
we'll see.
Hopefully with this new merger, they look like they're going through and they're scrapping things that are bad. They're pulling things and they're changing out writers.
Maybe.
Hopefully we start getting some really good stuff, some good animated movies, some good TV shows. Hopefully they pull that Harley Quinn that they just put on there.
Yeah, the animated series.
The animated Harley Quinn. Maybe we'll get some better TV shows, because they do the WB does the TV shows, the DC TV shows, and a lot of them are bad. So hopefully we get some better content.
But ultimately, it's your fault. I'm sorry, because if you're going to have a brand loyalty and you're going to watch it no matter what and hope for the best and just accept whatever they get and gripe about it, then they're going to continue to do it and continue to get away with it. It's as simple as that. I talk about it with the action figures all the time.
Yeah.
I get panned constantly because I do the unboxing and reviews, and I complain about certain things, and people are like, oh, well, you don't have a right to say that and blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sitting there worshiping Mezco or Hot Toys or whoever. I'm looking at it on an individual basis. Did they do this good or did they blow it? And like Mezco, hit or miss. They got some great figures and they got some that suck. Their Ghostbusters set wasn't good. Conan was very good. Popeye was very good. See what I mean? But I can't just sit there and be like, oh, but Mezco is so great. No, not always.
Yeah.
You know what? And you got to have that same attitude. If they're not doing what you like, you got to stop. because the only way that you can have a say in it is how much you're willing to invest in it. And again, like I said, they do make these things knowing they're going to be write-offs, but they also know they're going to make enough from people that are going to go and watch it anyways.
Yeah, you feed people junk food, they crave junk food. You feed them crap, they crave crap.
Yeah.
So.
Or like they used to say in the computer industry, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out.
Mm-hmm.
If you put trash into the system, you're going to get trash.
Yeah. And people are buying the trash, buying the garbage. So they're like, oh, man, we making money on garbage. We don't even have to hire stellar writers. We don't need stellar writers, great directors. We don't need good artists. We can get the bottom of the barrel, the guy that dropped out of school, didn't even go, can halfway draw, almost can draw a stick figure and can barely write a complete sentence. And we can just pay them a couple of dollars and we'll have a hit on our hands.
Yeah, sure.
Shoot.
That's why films kind of peaked in the 70s and 80s. Some of the best films that most people could think of were either in the 1970s or 1980s. Mm-hmm. And what happened? Well, CGI happened. Basically, and it's overdone, drastically overdone and heavily relied upon as opposed to good storytelling. But I don't know. Hey, guys. Thoughts? What do you think about all that? Do you agree? You disagree? What do you think? Let us know in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got anything out of that, if that helps you understand anything, as opposed to just sitting there and saying, ha ha, Batgirl got canceled, whatever. You know, although I'd have to admit I appreciated, and I'm probably silly for it, the homage to the original Batgirl in her costume design. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, that kind of looks like the original Batgirl costume. But
I wonder if the toy figures are out.
Oh, crap. Yeah, because, you know, they contract all that stuff early.
If they're going to pull it or not.
They very likely could, because that's been known to happen, where they're like, you know what, break the molds. We're not even going to make these. Anyways, let us know what your thoughts are. Please do give it a thumbs up, share it if you can, subscribe if you're new, all of that good stuff. And if that's it, then what more can we say but thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.